here we are.
Hi, I'm Sadie. I'm the paint mixer and paint pumper and machine fixer, and this is Painting Platinum. We are going to continue working on Learn to Paint Kit 1 today. That is Learn to Paint Kit, Core Skills. What is that?
Is it
8906.
8906.
8906. So, we opened it last week and we started on the first mini, which is the skeleton. It's right here. We still have to, we need to add some more contrast, and we need to work on the grass. And then after that, we'll do details and the quiver. So that's what we have going there. I also wanted to talk about a new color we have. Forever Knight was talking about it. I showed him on Black Friday. But we have a Sophie Champagne for New Year's. This
Here,
will go...
I'll put it under the small cam.
Excellent. This will be on sale on December 23rd. So I'm going to swatch it for you. It's really pretty. And it's my first color.
Also, real quick, not to interrupt you here, the camera interface for this new camera has already broken. So it's completely on auto right now, which means white balance is all over the place, exposure is all over the place. There's no telling. Autofocus is crap too. So we'll see what this camera does, but it's a ride for all of us, just so we're on the same page. It needs to be fixed somehow. I may just return it to Amazon.
Okay. So this is it. It's extra sparkly. Hold on, I'll have to kind of smear it out. But it's extra sparkly, and it's just kind of a light gold type color. One of the game store guys suggested, he said that he was going to use it in the nativity set on like a star and sparkly stuff. But super sparkly, light, pretty, almost fleshy, but really pretty. It is metallic. It's kind of a gold white metallic. All right, so I'm gonna put that away. But that's gonna be available December 23rd.
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 Wait, 23rd or 24th?
I wrote down 23rd. So
we'll stick with that then.
23rd. That's it.
Another thing too. So we right now are doing a what's the goal?
We're doing a goal of 20 subs, and we can give things away. And I love to give things away. So resubbing counts. I'm supposed to remind you to remember to resub with the Twitch Prime.
The Twitch Prime.
The Twitch Prime.
The Twitch Prime. Okay, Boomer.
All right.
Why not?
So camera doesn't do it justice. Yeah, you're probably right. Maybe this camera's better. I mean, that's kind of weird.
I mean, it's kind of far away. It does sparkle a little better on the main camera, but yeah, no, the document camera. Because someone asked earlier, it's a document camera. It's not even really.
Camera.
Yeah, it's not even meant to be like a normal stream camera, but we use it that way. Thank you, sibling.
All right, so we're gonna get back into it. I'm using the 9432 desert stand, and I'm remembering to shake my bottles like this, not like this, which I've done forever, like mixing, but somebody told me not to do that. Can I show the bottle? Yes. No need to clerch. That's the bottle. It's 9609, so it's a special color, and I don't believe it's going to be available after New Year's. So there's about, am I allowed to say this? There's only like 250. There's not a whole lot. So it's not going to be like the rose gold. I don't believe.
Thank you, Malin.
Because it's a holiday color.
Also, the counter doesn't count resub, so I'm doing it manually. We're at 3, by the way.
Oh, excellent. Thank you, Melon. So yeah. Wait, don't they shake them how? So I shake them like up and down, and somebody was like, hey, don't do that because I think maybe the bead will get up in there. I don't know. So I'll shake them back and forth now. No free today. No, Polef, if we get 20 subs, and that includes resubs, we will get a free today.
Correct. And what is the free? We didn't even talk about it.
I didn't talk about the free. It's a paint pokey tool.
Yes, we will give away 5 of them.
5 paint pokey tools. Everybody loves them. Very important. Which color was that? The new color melon is Sophie Champagne, and it is a really light metallic, kind of whitish gold. Okay. All right. All right. All right. I also kind of practiced the things we did last week, and I worked on, I don't know what number he is, but he's Cal. He's one of the, I think he's a Bone Sylvanian, but he's this cute little chibi skeleton. And the little
Chibi
skull.
skeleton, yeah.
Really cute. So I did that, and I think I did another one. I really limited myself to skeletons, though. Okay, yeah. So this one's like a reaper with a scythe, and this one's just a regular skeleton. And their names are Cal and Stanley, I think. But I don't remember their numbers. Just that they're bones. So 77 something something. Let's see. If I can only afford one Learn to Paint kit, should I get core or layers? Ellie Otter, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the core will have more high coverage, and the layers will have kind of the ones you can layer, so thinner. I don't know. I would get the Learn to Paint Kit one, but that's just me. Yeah, I would start at the beginning. Let's see. Just renewed Twitch Prime. Thank you. Awesome. All right. Hi, Reaper Harley. Valander the Red says if the agitator gets stuck at the top, the pokey tool should get it free. So even if you do shake it like that, like I've never had any problems, but yeah, that's all. So okay, so I've been looking at the skeleton, and it's pretty low contrast. It's pretty bright, which I knew last time, and Anne just told me you can always go back in and do another wash. So that's what I'm going to start with. I did the first dry brush with the color we used, and then another dry brush with Dragon White. So we'll just see how this goes. And this is pretty much the first time I've really painted anything seriously the way you're supposed to. Any other time I've just kind of messed around by myself. I did get a notification on Facebook of the first mini I ever painted, which was the New Year's Sophie, and that was 8 years ago. 8 years ago, I painted the New Year's Sophie, and that was kind of my inspiration for the Sophie Champagne. So yeah, I think I painted that at Paint Club. All right. Good afternoon, Lord Gasumba. Let's see. Silverthorn also waxed the bottom of the bottle against the desk after getting paint out. That's a good way. I had to do that today. I made rose gold, and it was pretty hard to shake, like lots of sparkles, I guess, and had to get that back in and did a little bit of that. Bishop Odu says there's some guys on YouTube that paint just with primary colors, black and white, and mix everything. You can pretty much do that. I remember in design class, there were a few colors that were hard to make without really specific pigments, like ones like cerulean or what's the other one? Phthalo colors. But yeah, you can pretty much make anything with a certain number of colors.
You could come a little further forward for me there. Center the mini.
Anne actually teaches that, I believe. I think she uses the clears and teaches a color mixing class. I don't know if she does that at ReaperCon. I feel like maybe she is going to. I don't know if she has. But that would be something really cool to get into. Yes, Bird with a Brush would be a good person to ask about the kits. I did not know she was in here. Hi, Bird with a Brush.
She made them. Yeah.
Let's see. Core covers foundation skills of doing a base coat, washing, and dry brushing. Learn to Paint Kit Layer Up also covers base coat, but then the techniques of layering and using glazes to smooth layer blending. You don't have to. Oh, Justin's adjusting something. Sorry, I got distracted. Okay, all right, excellent. You don't have to have finished one to do the other. They work independently or combine together into one mega kit in terms of skills, brushes, and colors included. I wrote this kit is partly why I'm here answering questions. Yes, Bird with a Brush wrote the skit. Very, very neat. Okay, so I'm just doing a wash of 9433 Mountain Stone. So I loaded, I don't know, like 8 drops of water into there or so. And it's just enough so it's settling into the crevices and bringing out details that I highlighted out pretty much. I made him a very shiny skeleton last week. Okay, somebody said, and I missed it, somebody said the colors that would be helpful, and I believe it was cerulean magenta. I don't see who said that, but that's okay. Split primaries better, cerulean phthalo blue, magenta, alizarin crimson, and cad yellow and lemon yellow. Let's see. Sorry, I'm reading all about these pigment things. Thank you. I also love this jar. Albavazin. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at some of these names. You'll have to forgive me. Okay. Let's see. So, more details. Okay. And I added a little bit too much of this wash. So, I'm going to use the round brush to wick some away.
By the way, we're at 5 subs already.
Okay, 5 out of 20. So
yes.
A quarter of the way to giving away paint pokies. Yay, paint pokies. All right. So I believe somebody's already talked about this because I saw it on the Facebook, but we are re-releasing the HD colors that have gotten brought back into Bones, and that's going to be, I think they'll ship December 27th. So that includes meadow green, a few other colors. So how many paint pokies? Dr. Bob, 5. 5 paint pokies.
5 paint pokies.
If we get to 20 subs, resubs count, remember to resub, please, because we love that.
Oh, gifted subs work too.
Oh yeah, gifted subs.
Subs of literally any kind.
Literally any kind of sub. 20 of those, and we can give away the paint pokey tool. This is a better image of it, actually. Picture. There we go. This one has kind of a, I don't know how they do this. I think it's with an acid. It's got kind of a coating on it, so it's dark.
They tarnish it and then polish it.
Tarnished and polished. This is the one I have at home that's fallen down on the floor somewhere, and I'm only going to find it by stepping on it and bring it out. Okay. Which will be fun. Okay, so I'm going to wait for him to dry just a little bit, and I'm going to read ahead. Dry brushing the highlight, and then we have the finishing the skeletal archer part. So I'm going to use the Naga green for the ground, harvest brown for the quiver and chest straps, bow and arrow shafts I'm going to use leather brown, arrow feathers I'm going to use dragon blue. Dragon blue is one of the colors that we're bringing back in the HD to Bones that'll be available at the end of the month. Let's see. Okay. I'm trying to think. Many areas, same time in order to take these pictures. But you may find it easier to paint one area to completion and then proceed to the next in the order listed below. Oh, okay, so it tells the order. Okay, that's awesome. So I already started the Naga green on the ground because I wasn't sure you were supposed to highlight it again. So I did, last week I did a base coat of the desert sand and then dry brush of it over the wash of the mountain stone. And then I did a dry brush of the dragon white, which is how it ended up so bright. So we're going to continue on the ground. We're going to let that dry. And if it needs more brightness, I'll go back and highlight it again. Yes, so the ground.
Also, thank you for the gift subs a few minutes ago.
Yes, thank you.
We're now at 10. Halfway there.
Forever Night says sewing needles and pins find my feet really easily. Forever Night, I have such a history of doing stuff like that, and I try to be really careful now because I'm an adult and I know it's going to hurt so bad, but some things just continue to happen no matter what you do. I think I fell asleep poking holes in something, making a journal. Glenn H25 says, just a shame that Meadow Green comes out after 12 days of Reaper is over. Honestly, that's just because we have so much coming out that it's just got to be pumped.
Not at this moment, Grim. That's something we've been kind of working through, is the ability to sell them on the website. We're working on the logistics, I believe. But as of right now, basically the only way we did sell them at ReaperCon. But outside of that, the only way to get them is basically through giveaways.
Yeah.
So
They also take a long time to make. So
they do.
It's one of those things. I've heard rumors that there might be a way to buy them in the future, that it's just going to take some time. Real loose rumors. Not even real tight rumors. Okay. So I did the Naga Green, and the wash we're going to use on the ground is 4 drops of water to 1 drop pure black. So now we're going to use the pure black, the 9037. Dr. Bob says bribery and flattery also work. That's usually true. That's usually true around here.
Also, could you come towards me with the... there you go. Almost center it, and perfect. If you could paint there, that'd be perfect.
All right. I'll try to be more conscious.
Since we're fighting this autofocus, unfortunately.
And Justin's fighting me. I'm all over the place.
No,
Sorry.
I'm fighting this camera. Because this is... Fun fact, I cannot recommend this camera to anyone at this point because people have asked. This is the second one we've had, and now it's had something else go wrong with it.
This is the second?
The second one. The first one was just basically only lived for about an hour or two. And we had to return it, and this one may be on its way too. So.
I don't know if anybody's talked about this on the show, but I've heard that anytime you mess with the Justin doll in the background, something breaks. I probably shouldn't even talk about it, lest something break. But that's what we're blaming it on. Somebody must have touched the Justin doll.
That definitely happens.
And the Justin doll was made when Paul, Sarah, and John went on vacation and wanted to take a little bit of Justin with them.
Yeah. Definitely not weird at all.
And I asked Paul if he did any jujuing on it, and he said it was that it indeed was jujued. So I don't know if he's just, I mean, I really interrogated him about it because I want to move that doll, but
that's true. You mentioned it, and then the stream buffered for a second, so let's just not talk about it.
The last thing I'm going to say about it, I'm sorry, is I'm going to need Paul to take the magic off because I've got something I want to go there that's really sweet. Really nice.
Thank you for the sub there, Master of Splash.
Thank you for the sub.
We're at 11.
Dr. Bob says, first rule of Reaper Twitch, don't talk about the Justin doll. We're going to have to think of a name for it, like the McBee in the theater.
Oh, it is the... I mean, if it would ever work... Whoa, what was that? Oh, there we go. Thank you for the gifted sub there, Calisandra.
Thank you, Calisandra.
It is the Hovercam 8, I think is what it's called. And, I mean, when it works, it's kind of great. It's got a really awesome capabilities, but the first one froze up as far as video, and it would just never came back, basically. It would freeze up no matter how many times you restarted it within seconds. And this one... the touchscreen interface, which seems to be the only way to adjust the camera settings, is completely locked up. You can't use the touchscreen. The camera still works, but you just can't use the touchscreen. So.
It may one. Am I saying that right? I may be one. I may be one. You are correct. The Poke tools are not for sale yet because they are labor intensive to make, and they are only given out as special rewards. We have been so busy and really nice busy. Like, we're really happy about it, but we've been really busy in internet production. So I know John has been pulling orders down there. I came in one day and Ed was pulling orders. So yeah, Ed might have fulfilled your order personally if you placed one for the 12 days. We're super busy, and
You'll know it was him if the order's completely incorrect.
yeah, something.
Yeah. Also, side note, unrelated. He's looking for his keys. So if someone finds his keys, send them back, please.
Okay.
Thank you for the sub there, Ellie Otter.
Grim444 says, I prefer to blame Ed and Ron on problems with the Twitch feed over the doll. You know, everybody up here is such a skeptic. I'm so surprised and actually pleased that they do think it's the doll. Like, I just can't get enough of it. I'm so into it. But I don't know. You might be right. I don't believe the doll is cursed. I don't believe in that doll.
Yeah,
I'd touch it.
Not believing in it definitely helps not give it power, right? That's how it works.
Haven't you seen Peter Pan?
Yeah, it goes away.
Believing in fairies keeps them alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, a couple of people have pointed this out. You have the same kind of paintbrush grip that Mocha does.
Really?
Yeah.
I am right-handed, and I write like a left-handed person, and nobody ever told me how to hold a pencil or anything. So I just do everything like savagely and however I learned to do it. I don't know. So that's what's up. I don't know about Mocha. I do like Mocha very much though. I watched her stream, and she was talking about playing D&D and being like D&D stage fright, and I totally have that. Like, I don't know if I could ever play D&D because it's just so, I don't know, so scary. How do you pronounce this? Dave Dwyer says, I thought Dave was supposed to cast some pokies. He is. Five of them.
He's casting 5, exactly 5.
Maybe more. They really enjoy getting back in and doing the things they used to have to do when the company was little. The casting and pulling orders, and a few months ago we had a tornado. We had like 3 tornadoes in the area, and I like panicked, so Ed and his friend came in and helped me cap in the paint department, because I was like, I've got to get this done before the tornado comes. Because I don't know if you know, but this place is a shrapnel factory.
Basically.
We've got minis and paints and all of the...
That's true. If a big enough tornado were to hit and demolish this factory, it would send metal miles around. Like, people would probably... It would be shrapnel.
It would be the best advertisement God could give us.
Yes, because nothing quite says buy Reaper minis quite like a...
one coming through your window.
Like a Sir Force scale hitting you in the temple at, 80 miles an hour.
Melon says the tornado was 3/4 of a mile from my house. Very scary, looked like a war zone at her home. Did you get the Denton one, Melon? My boyfriend lived close to that, and I got back to the house, and he was like, look, there's a trampoline in the yard. We got a trampoline. Yay.
Yeah, you and Labralski both are a glass half full kind of person, because they said free random minis.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's true. I guess if you were going to choose a way to die, would it be Sir Force scale to the temple at 80 miles an hour? Would that be... I think there would be worse ways to die, for sure, right?
I would pick a different miniature.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't know
fine.
if it'd be for Sir Force scale. Maybe like it would be a Sophie for me.
Fine. So, which Sophie would it be?
I just talked about it, but I love that New Year Sophie. It's a larger Sophie. What do they call that? Anyway, larger Sophie with like a ribbon around her. She's naked, but she's got a ribbon around her.
Oh.
And a top hat, and she's holding a bottle of champagne and a champagne glass. It's really cute. Real cute.
Riot said they want a metal dragon at the least. I mean, you know what? Yeah, you want.
Yeah.
In my opinion, you want to go out to something really like cool and robust. So, a big old school like bad A, Julie Guthrie dragon, metal dragon. That'd be a way to go. I'm okay with that.
Let's see. I want the crazy cat lady.
I mean, no one wants to be the person taken out by a bunch of like nipples from the paint bottles.
Oh, I know.
No one wants to be that guy. You know.
No.
It's like the.
Now, drow nipple. Bow and arrow shafts. Okay, so I've done the quiver and the strap, and I did that with the harvest brown. And now I'm going to go over and do the bow and arrow shafts with the leather brown. I've gotten a little bit out of the lines, but Rhonda, Bird with a Brush, said that that was okay, and we could just paint over it. I love how this hobby is it's very much like when I learned makeup, they were like, makeup's easy because you can't really make a mistake. You can always go back over it. And I feel like mini painting is like that. Chris Ayer, yeah, nobody wants to go out with a blunt force trauma to the head. Nobody. That's taken out by drow nipple pink. That would be really difficult. It would have to hit a very secret stash.
Yeah, that would.
A very small secret stash.
It would be
hidey hole.
A rare way to go for sure. Because there's far less of that than there is just metal minis.
I have a tiny, tiny hidey hole of mislabeled drow nipple pinks that I just don't know what to do with. You can't really give away like bad labeled, like crooked label. You know what I mean? Dr. Bob, yes. Happy accidents.
Sub count is at 13.
13. 7 more, and we get to do a giveaway.
Yes, 7 more. We're 7 away from the giveaway. And that is 5 Poke Tools for those of you who just came in here.
Elendil says, I would prefer to die surrounded by the corpses of my enemies. And somebody said...
I like Death by Snoo Snoo.
Snoo Snoo?
Yeah. Have you ever seen Futurama?
I have, but I didn't like it as much as I liked The Simpsons at the time, so I didn't
Really?
go with it. Yeah, I was a real Simpsons girl, and I haven't watched it in years. Actually, I wanted to know recently where I could stream it, but I think it's... Because on one of the streaming platforms, you could only get the last few seasons, and who wants to watch the last few seasons of The Simpsons? Like, to start with, you know what I mean? You want to go back to your youth, but I think it's on the Disney one now, or whatever.
So, to clarify, by the way, Snoo Snoo is
Justin, God.
Listen.
Who brought it up?
Someone in chat, it wasn't me.
I'm sorry. Whoever brought it up in chat, I'm sorry. I don't mean to
Oh, thank you.
reprimand you.
That is 19. We are 1 away. Thank you.
Yay!
Albavazin.
I think they said I said it correctly, but I said it. Yeah, Disney Plus has all the Simpsons. I don't know why. It's like you've got to have all of the streaming platforms. I say that as somebody that lives at home. You've got to have all of them.
Yeah.
I don't have as many bills or whatever. Snoo is a TOS violation. Saying it or just
doing it on
right, yeah.
Yes, showing someone what it is would definitely. Thank you, Asmodeus.
Asmodeus Soul Pirate. Thank you.
And that unlocks the giveaway, guys.
Yay! We get to give away.
Let me go ahead and set it up here. Don't
Set
type
it up.
hashtag free yet. Hold on.
Lord Xaverius asked if my youth was like yesterday. I turned 30 this year. I mean, I'm not old, but I'm not super young. Hi, Scott Beil.
Older than me.
I am older than you.
So I can call you a boomer.
I think
that's how that works.
I was raised by mostly by my grandparents, so I really feel like I have a connection to that golden generation. Though I've heard that the millennials have a lot in common with that generation. Anyway. No way Sadie is 30. Yes, I'm 30.
You know what? Let's see. Definitely. Yep, 30, guys.
Look at all that. These and this.
All right, I'm going to cut back.
All right,
No more of that.
whatever. It's not a big deal. I got wrinkles. All right. Okay, so I've done those. I've done the shafts. I could probably do them again because you can still see where I went back, where I went over the lines with the harvest brown.
They think you're 19, apparently.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I wish I were. I was thinking of something really dumb I did when I was 23 and how hard I've been on myself. And I looked back on it a couple days ago and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of a long time ago. I can kind of get over it.
Yeah, I don't turn 30 till next year, so I'm gonna appreciate my last.
It'll start to feel weird. If you're anything like me, it'll start to feel weird going up to it. You'll start to make yourself all these promises. I don't know, start to try and change things. Okay, so I just made the exact mistake I did with the holder and the strap, and I went over the feathers on the arrow with the arrow color. But that's okay, because we would have to assume if the little arrows, that the brown would be under it, the feather would be over it. So, plus the dragon blue is really, I think it's a really high coverage color. It's an HD color.
Although, to be fair, in 2019, 30 and 40 is really a lot like, people get tired of people saying this, but 40 is the new 20.
Yeah, it makes me think of Sex in the City.
Yeah.
And all those fun ladies.
And I think
out on the town.
Frankly, as long as you haven't lived a very rough life, I think that's very reasonable.
My mom says you're only as old as you feel.
That too. That's what my dad says, but my dad also looks really rough for his age.
No, my mom still looks young.
Oh, well, there you go. It runs in the family.
She says it's from being kind of chubby. If you have a chubby little face, it's hard to wrinkle up. That's also William Shatner's plan. He says he gains, I believe, a pound a year just to keep the face, keep the moneymaker going.
Just to keep everything filled out?
Yeah. That's what they say. Oh,
did you know Joe Rogan is in his 50s?
Yeah.
That's insane to me.
I've known about Joe Rogan for a really long time. Joe Rogan has been around for a very long time.
Yeah, no, you've always been a fan.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
I like Joe Rogan.
When I heard Joe Rogan,
he's come a long way. I used to listen to Joe Rogan when I was really young, and I was like, God, this guy is barely, listenable or whatever. But he's become, I don't know, a nicer person. I've heard him called a recovering douchebag. Can I say that?
Yeah, I mean, yes. Language isn't so much the issue on Twitch. We just choose to not, But you know what? This is a painting stream. We're just hanging out. There's no reason you can't say it.
Yeah, we're just chilling.
And besides, I think that really does suit Joe Rogan in the first, let's say 30 years of his life.
He's really into aliens right now, which I'm into. I don't like his MMA podcasts or anything like that. I mean, sometimes you'll get somebody who's got other things to talk about, and I'll be interested in it. But he had one with, God, now I'm not going to be able to think of his name. The one from Ghostbusters. They wrote Ghostbusters. That was it was on SNL.
You know what? I feel awful for not knowing who wrote Ghostbusters at this point.
I need your help so bad.
You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna dig deep into the recesses.
He's got a vodka company. Dr. Bob says, Sadie, are your eyes still good enough not to use magnifiers?
Are you talking about Bruce Rubin?
Harold Ramis? Aykroyd, yes. They all wrote it, though, yes. Calisandra, Bill Murray, and Harold Ramis. Dan Aykroyd, yeah, he was on it, and he talked about ghosts, and he talked about UFOs, and he talked about Sasquatch. And usually people that believe in that stuff, they're only kind of into one or the other. Aykroyd's into all of it. Crystal Skull vodka, yes, absolutely.
According to this, the three credited writers are Harold Ramis, Rick Moranis, Moranis is hilarious. I love Moranis. Makes me think of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Actually.
Yeah. That was our...
and then, of course, Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah. Oh, no. Harry Winkler. Also, hi, Harry Winkler. I don't think I've seen your name before. Dan Aykroyd is a super crazy conspiracy nut. Yeah, he might be. I don't know.
Is he at this point?
His family, he says that his family, they were famous mediums. And that's how he got into the That's how he got into the Ghostbusters stuff.
Oh,
He's real into spirits. He says a ghost like cuddled up behind him, like spooned him, and he just kind of leaned into it. That's something. Aykroyd's brother was a ghost hunter in real life, yeah. Oh no, he thinks the moon landing is fake.
so
I'm not wild about that, but
speaking of Aykroyd, what's your favorite '80s comedy?
80s comedy?
Yeah, like
Is
you
that
know,
from
we're talking
the
about like
80s?
that golden age of like, you know, you have your Chevy Chase, you
Oh,
have your Dan Aykroyd, you have your,
are
you
these
know,
okay? Are these from the 80s? I really loved the Brat Pack movies, like The Breakfast Club and Pretty in Pink.
yes, those are from the '80s.
St.
Yes,
Elmo's Fire. I loved
those are all
those.
Molly Griswold
Molly
or
Ringwald.
Molly
I
Ringwald,
loved
not
Molly
Griswold,
Ringwald.
Molly Ringwald.
Superfly says as long as he's not a flat Earth person. I'm not here to offend anybody, so if there's any, oh, Sister Act, yes. If there are any flat Earth people, I hope I don't offend you, but that one makes me really mad.
Blues Brothers is definitely one of like the classics that you will catch most people. They'll say, "Oh man, I love the Blues Brothers." I actually can dig here deep. My personal favorite, and I don't know how many people have seen this, because I actually love the Chevy
Blazing Saddles, yeah.
the Chevy Chase like '80s comedies. I love Fletch, for instance. I love Spies Like Us that actually has Aykroyd and Chevy Chase. That one is actually my personal favorite. Spies Like Us is fantastic.
Chevy Chase, looking back, is a fox.
He really, you know what? He was a
He
good looking
really
dude.
was.
He was a
I
good
love those
looking
vacation
dude.
movies, and I'm like, look at that. Now he's just mean. I've heard he's mean, like cuss people out and stuff. Caddyshack. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Princess Bride. I only saw The Princess Bride when I was like 25, so I don't have any nostalgia associated with it except for Columbo's in it. I love Columbo. What's his real name though? I don't remember. Animal House.
I agree. Alba Vizane. Alba Vizane. Alba Vizane.
Spies Like
Alba.
Us. I
Alba?
don't think I've ever seen that.
You really should. It's hilarious. It was. I watched it at a young age, actually.
When was Groundhog Day made?
Hey, you moved away from my camera again.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Thank you for watching. I'm getting distracted.
No problem.
Talking about,
When was Groundhog's Day?
yeah,
Is that what you said? That was in the 80s. I think it was 80.
88,
I used to have a lot of
89 or
movie
something.
trivia on the top of my head, but I want to say it was. Wait, wasn't Groundhog's Day like 83? Something tells me 83, but I don't know if that's right or
I
not.
was born in 89, so everything feels like it was right before I was born, except for Peter Falk. Correct. Thank you, Dr. Bob. Thank you, Al Wendell. Anyone else who? Uncle Buck.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
I'm
love
sorry.
Uncle Buck.
I have that completely reversed. 93, not 83.
Okay, yeah, so I did feel like that was
So
a late one.
93 was Groundhog Day.
Time Stitcher says, still am a huge fan of Labyrinth. Also, Dark Crystal, Last Unicorn. I loved those. I loved those.
Unpopular opinion, I hated the Dark Crystal.
How old were you when you saw it?
Enough that it kind of creeped me out and I didn't like it.
My dad had a friend couple that didn't have kids yet, so they had all these kids movies, and I'd get to go over there and they'd be like, here, watch this, and that's where I watched The Dark Crystal. I was really, really young. Deacon Casey says, oh crud, I have boots older than you. That's great. Probably good boots,
Oh,
too.
good. It's not just me. Thank you, Evermeet. Since I knew people, that is one of the most, of all the movies, when you talk about movies, not movies, well, yeah, movies. When I say, oh, I didn't really like The Dark Crystal, I also, get ready for this one, did not like the Rocky Horror Picture Show at all.
That's not for you.
It's not even a little bit. Like, well, I mean, I saw it when I was younger.
Or should I say,
Too young.
they didn't make it for you.
Sure.
You don't even know what I'm talking about.
I don't.
Good luck to you.
Okay, thank you. Oh, Big Trouble in Little China. I'm sorry.
That's a good one.
That one actually competes for my number one. I completely forgot about that one. That one is, man.
Rings Raccoon didn't like the Rocky Horror Picture Show either. Really, guys? Oh, man. Meatloaf, best part. I love Little Nell. She was so cute. I dyed my hair red and had a pixie cut for the longest time. Like, tried to do my makeup like that.
See, it's not just me. Now, I will say the most fun I've had with it is when you go to those like cult showings of Rocky Horror Picture Show, where they give you like kits of stuff that you're supposed to do at certain times. to me, that interaction was more interesting than the movie itself. But
Did you know that the church that was in the Rocky Horror Picture Show was in Denton, Texas?
Bingo.
It's an Episcopal church in Denton, Texas, but
Yeah.
not my Episcopal church in Denton, Texas.
No, I'm aware.
St. Barnabas.
Mhm.
It's a little...
And that's I get why Dentonites understand. Like, there are people that love it, right? And that's kind of growing up. That's you hear all about it because of that. But
I didn't hear that until I was older. I think I Googled something and that came up.
Rhonda, why are we asking? Why are we asking about Big Trouble in Little China?
American Werewolf in London.
I think the only movie I watched more than Big Trouble in Little China when I was younger was probably Last Action Hero with Arnold Schwarzenegger. But I watched the hell out of Big Trouble in Little China.
Asmodeus Soulpire, I hate most musicals. It's hard to not be introduced to musicals really, really young, or I don't know what it is. Just some people like them and some people don't. There are a few I really like. I really like Grease. Went through it's a weird phase to go through, but I went through a Grease phase. I was real into that movie. I was like the first report I ever wrote in school, or like, I don't know, presentation I ever gave, and it was early internet, so everything took a really long time to load. I think I was 6, and I did it on Grease 2, and as the picture of the main guy was downloading and he was shirtless, my teacher walked by and was like, "What are you researching? What are we doing?" Because like it hadn't downloaded his pants yet, and I was like, "Just wait, I promise. He's got pants on." All right. I can't think of any other musicals I like, but I know there are some. What was the one that came out a few years ago? A few years ago, but...
Did you see... That reminds me, actually, not to interrupt you.
No,
Did you see the Room remake?
No.
With, I actually... Fun fact, I saw the Room remake with, not Seth Rogen. They're all the kind of same movies. With James Franco.
Yes.
I saw the remake before I actually saw the original. I actually think the remake is funnier, and
really,
I do. The original just is. It's meant to be cringy, but like the new one was meant to be a parody. The original was meant to be just bad, right? And it's rough to watch. I couldn't finish it. I couldn't even laugh at it anymore. It felt like laughing at something that they didn't know they were funny.
All right. We are really, really getting down to the end of this. Now, if I put readers on, I would see all these, like, unfinished little bits. But that's okay. I don't have perfect vision. I'm sure nobody does.
Oh, Flash Gordon. Oh, yes.
Somebody said something about Nate and Hayes, which I've never even heard of. But Tommy Lee Jones, Young and Hot, sounds great. Time Stitcher, that sounds great. Oh, Airplane, of course.
Tommy Lee was definitely one of those people, too, that when he was young, he was a good-looking dude, too.
Tommy Lee or Tommy Lee Jones? They're both of them.
Both. Why not? Let's go with both.
We have so much fun, Justin.
Yeah.
Who else do you think is hot?
Who else do I think is
what
hot?
What other men do you think are hot?
Oh, Clint Eastwood back in the day. Hell, to be fair, he's probably one of the more attractive old dudes these days. Who else? Let's see.
Oh,
old
Paul
actors.
McCartney's my favorite attractive old dude.
He always just, I don't know. Every time I see
You're not a
Paul
Paul guy?
I'm not a Paul guy. I'm not. I actually, of the four, I kind of like the way John Lennon looked, but,
John Lennon was mean to one of his kids, though.
That's fair. Sean Connery. There you go. That's a good example.
Connery.
Sean Connery. Holy
Ed?
crap.
Yeah.
Tom Selleck. Not so much the mustache. That's too much for me.
Oh, yeah, Tom Selleck.
Yeah, that's too much. You know who was never attractive when they were young or even now?
Who?
I just lost the name in my head. It's the dude.
Oh,
It's
I
the
wanna know
guy
who's never been
who
attractive.
did action movies with, not with Tom Selleck, but at the same time. What's his name? The martial artist.
Bruce Lee?
No, not Bruce Lee. Every time I see one of his movies, I laugh, and I don't think they're meant to be funny. What's his name? He takes himself super seriously.
Deacon Casey.
Not Van Damme. Seagal. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
That guy.
a lot of guys that most people think are ugly, I think are really cute. I'm known for really thinking that Sacha Baron Cohen's cute. A lot of people just don't get it, but
He's
man,
kind of goofy looking.
I like that.
I mean, when he's really cleaned up, he's got like a sharp look, but he's still kind of goofy looking.
I like a strong nose on a man. I like a man with a strong nose.
But I think if you ask Steven Seagal, he absolutely takes himself very seriously. But I don't think anyone else does, unfortunately.
I don't know much about Steven Seagal. Oh, Seagal's a jerk. Melon says.
That's true. Army of Darkness was done in the 80s.
Reaper's My Crack says Mark Harmon. I don't know what Mark Harmon looks like.
I'll pull up a picture. Don't worry.
Okay. Pull that up, Justin. Seagal is a
Mark
convicted
Harmon. Yeah, you've seen Mark Harmon.
Oh, yeah. From, what's that show he was on?
He does crime shows, right?
My grandma likes him. Yeah.
Hey, Grazietti, how you doing, buddy? Adrian Brody. You know, Adrian Brody's one of those
Adrian Brody's
like
one of my men.
he's
He's
got a really good look to him,
Yes,
but like
Silverthorne.
he's got kind of an acquired taste, you know? Like I can see why people would
More
either
for
find
me.
him ugly or really, really attractive. So. Oh, but Evil Dead was in the 80s, correct? NCIS is the show.
NCIS. Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandparents like that show. It's not bad.
Harrison Ford. Wow,
Oh,
you're not wrong.
yes.
You know,
You're not wrong.
funny story about Harrison Ford. So my fiance has not seen the original Star Warses, or at least doesn't remember them. She claims to, you know, it's kind of hit or miss. So we were looking
not
at
her
Disney.
fault.
It's not her fault. She was busy watching Pretty in Pink, and like she watched a lot of those. If it had Molly Ringwald in it, her dad had a fan. Anyway, I digress.
So not Miley Cyrus. I don't know how old she is.
No,
I don't know how old.
McKaylee is 25.
Okay.
So-
Okay.
Yes,
When you said she was younger the other day,
she's younger than
I thought
me.
you meant like 19. I wasn't
No,
sure.
gosh, no. I'm not a. Come on now.
That
Give
doesn't
me
make
more
you
credit. I don't like large age gaps like that though, personally. But
It's not that
anyway,
large. Go
I
ahead, sorry,
I
go ahead.
digress.
So go ahead.
I lost my train of thought.
She hadn't seen Star Wars.
Star Wars, yes. Okay, so we were looking through Disney Plus, and they have the
I'm out of
splash screen.
Who told me that? Thank you.
They
Thank
have
you, Scott Beil.
the splash screen, right? Like it shows all the actors, but they've redone it. It looks touched up. And she goes, "Who's that guy? He's really, he's really handsome." I was like, "That's Harrison Ford." It's like she was talking about Han
That's
Solo
sweet.
from A New Hope.
Yeah.
So.
That was a really hot movie. Though when I was a kid, I remember seeing it like way too young. The Star Wars movie. I don't remember which one it was, but it's the one where C-3PO gets like locked in a closet or something. He's all messed up. And for some reason, I thought he was melted and he was made of peanut butter. So I always think of him as like the peanut butter, what do they call those? Droids? Peanut butter droid.
Peanut butter droid. Yeah. Let's go with that. Yeah.
I don't know why I thought, Robert Downey Jr., he's the
Although
best.
Robert Downey Jr.'s most of it, if I'm not mistaken, most of his early life, like if you're thinking like Scanner Darkly, and I think that's the name of the movie. Is it Scanner Darkly?
I don't remember.
Anyway, his earlier stuff is really like he had a problem with drugs, I believe. So
Glenn H28, you're not wrong about Dirty Dancing. It is a little iffy. I mean, a lot of those movies are iffy though, especially by today's standards. I don't know who Zach McGowan is either. I didn't see who posted that. That scrolled away right before I could get it. Ewan McGregor.
yeah, Ewan McGregor. Holy crap, that dude has a range for acting. Like I will watch anything he's in.
Okay.
Mainly because I grew up with the new trilogy, the Star Wars trilogy from the 90s and then early 2000s, and watching the Phantom Menace like 9 times in theaters really endeared Ewan McGregor to me.
So I was gonna go back with darker colors. Let's see. Maybe the camera has better eyes than me.
Yeah, but it refuses to focus.
Sorry.
On
Sorry
the
for
mini.
pointing out the camera's flaws.
It's crap.
Oh, I just put green on that. Oh man, I was not paying attention. You're probably right, Glenn H. 25. I don't remember it, except there are things I remember that I was like, oh, this movie's rough. What about Ghost, though? That was great.
No, I haven't seen that. I'll have to check that out, Trash Rama.
What?
Apparently, there's a documentary where Ewan rides a motorcycle across the globe called The Long Way Round.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Moulin. Between Moulin Rouge, I liked Big Fish a lot. I thought he was really good in Big Fish. There's a lot of...
Yeah, we're back to
Ewan.
musicals. Moulin Rouge.
Yeah. Oh, low key, my fiance's favorite movie ever.
Was that made by the same people that did the new Romeo and Juliet? You know what I mean? The Leonardo DiCaprio one?
Oh, that one was so bad.
No, it was not. Oh my God.
I watched it in high school. It was so bad.
It was good.
Sure.
It was so good and
As soon as they
hot.
pulled the pistols out that said long swords on them or rapier, like
man.
I was done. I
I'm
was
watching
like,
that tonight.
oh God, they're so bad.
So good. Leonardo DiCaprio, man, he could do no wrong when I was a kid. People loved him. I saw him on that sitcom or whatever, and he was some foster kid staying with this family. I don't remember what sitcom it was. I think it was the one with that the Left Behind guy. The guy that's in Left Behind has gone real
Oh.
religious.
He was always religious. I think he's just gone
Okay,
real
right.
real public with it. Let's put it that way.
Gotcha. But Growing Pains, yeah, he was on Growing Pains.
Growing Pains is
and
what
he
I
like
remember
poured
from.
out their liquor. He was like, I'm not gonna let you become a naughty family. Poured out their liquor.
Oh.
And he had that cute little bowl cut. Or whatever he had. I don't know. I think it was a bowl cut.
Oh, okay.
Everybody had a bowl cut in the 90s. Did you have a bowl cut? I
didn't-
can't imagine you with hair. I know that's rude to say.
So, quick. It's a very, very, very brief and short story about my experience with hair. I started balding in 5th grade. Okay?
Really?
Yeah, 5th grade. So 5th grade, from about 8 years of age to 5th grade, it was basically this big platinum blonde, tight, not super, not like permed ringlets, more like loose. So think like, I don't know, big, loose, but it grew upwards is what I'm saying.
Right.
It
You grew out. You
it grew
couldn't have had
out.
a bowl
It
cut.
never went down.
It would have been a shrub.
Correct. It would have been trimming the shrub, not making it a bowl cut. So, unfortunately, I couldn't grow a mullet. Nothing that requires
Oh, you can have a curly mullet. Look that up.
a curly mullet. Oh,
Yeah.
with a hat maybe,
Perm mullet.
but
You just have to have a lot of commitment, Justin.
oh boy. I mean, it does technically only grow out on the sides now.
Kurt Cameron. Oh, no. Yeah. I don't know about this banana peel business. That doesn't sound good. That sounds cringy. Lebrowski.
Hey, Rhonda, you don't
Romeo and Juliet was bad. Oh, my heart.
you don't need that, Rhonda. Rhonda wants a picture of me with hair.
Yeah, bring it.
I'm good.
Show us hair. Show us hair.
How
One in
about
the chat if you want to see Justin's hair.
No. Don't
Why not?
participate in that.
Why?
Because no hair. How about this? How about I Photoshop hair
Stereo,
onto me
yes.
today and do that instead?
Oh, Kurt Cameron, yeah. Vigo's Peeps. That does sound a little closer to it. My mom made me keep my hair cut a certain way all the way growing up. I hated it. Now my hair is halfway down my back. Says Osmadius Soulpire. Yes, that's how it goes. I used to do hair, and like guys that had been in the military or people who had like kept their kids' hair a certain way, they either could like never function without it that way, or they were never going back. So they would either like never do the high and tight again, or they'd be high and tight forever.
High and tight.
High and tight. And there's different types of people, parents, like a lot of guys that are or have been balding will not let their son's hair get cut short. They want their son's hair to have like long, kind of like a long bowl cut kind of thing. So, I don't know. Hair.
Hair.
I could talk about hair this whole episode. I probably shouldn't.
You know what? Bob Ross's hair is a good example of what my hair would look like, although his ringlets were a little tighter.
You know, Bob Ross did not like that hair, but
Oh.
it was like a marketing, not ploy, but he knew that his hair would go over better if it were like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
Love
Also,
Bob Ross.
also my hair is back then would have been like yours is now. It grew that color naturally.
You know what I like that Bob Ross does? He beats the devil out of it. Haven't you seen that when he beats the devil out of it?
No.
He rinses his brush and then beats it against the easel. Beat the devil out of it.
He stuck with
R.I.P.
it,
devil.
became his
Thanks.
R.I.P. devil.
That's on Twitch, or used to be on Twitch.
Bob 1, Devil 0. I love it. I love it.
My favorite thing about watching Bob Ross on Twitch is like he'd do something really out there and everybody would be like ruined, 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 and then saved. Different kinds of brushes there. Yes, grows Yeti. That's why I was avoiding beating the devil out of it, but sometimes you gotta beat the devil out of it.
By the way, to remind everyone who's in here, #free gets you into the drawing to win the paint pokey tools.
#free
we
because we
hit our
got
goal.
to 20 subs. So Justin's gonna make us start earning it. Is basically what I heard. We're not gonna be able to give things away unless there's 20 subs. So that includes
Finger shake, no more free rides.
the
No, I'm kidding.
the
That's a
resub.
joke.
Wonder if beat the devil out of it will work on my ant.
Whoa.
With your paintbrush, Nomad Zeke only. You can't beat the devil out of your ant, but if you beat the devil out of a paintbrush, maybe that fixed your doll. We beat the devil out of it. In the room. Man, Gross Yeti has 4 paint pokies. I'll pass on the drawing. Let someone needs one get it.
Did you say gross Yeti?
Gross Yeti?
I thought it was Graz Yeti.
Graz Yeti?
You know, I don't
Excuse
actually
me.
know. Is it Graz or Gross? Or gross? Sounds like you
Rings
said
Raccoon
gross.
says, I need to win that pokey so you guys will send me my missing rose gold with it.
Yeah, that's in the works.
Vmaniqua, am I still looking at the instructions? No, that wouldn't be like me at all. That would not be like me. I should be looking at the instructions. Okay. Finishing details. I'm almost done. Mix 2 drops of water with 1 drop pure black. I did already do that. I just never got to it. Oh yeah, I did. I did it on the grass. Let me see if I got everything else. Okay, there are metal ends on the bow, but we'll go back because I already loaded my brush up with this black. Okay, so we're gonna dot the paint into the eye sockets of the archer and his shoulder pad. So, sorry I got off track there, guys. Justin, you're supposed to keep me on track.
What track?
You know, the track.
So I just drew the five winners, by the way. So
I'm dotting the paint in there, and I should have watered it down more. It didn't dry out, but it became less washy on my palette. So he's just going to be super creepy looking.
all right. So let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead, and since it's actually 4:00, we did not pay attention to the time. I'm gonna go ahead and announce the winners here, Miss Sadie.
All right, let's
While
do it.
know,
While I pretend to paint.
yeah, or touch it up.
Beat the devil out of it.
Beat the
roll
devil
it around
out
and
of
talk
it.
about
There
the
we go.
80s.
Mhm. Yep.
Whatever. It's my show. I think that was in the email. It's my show, and I get to do whatever I want.
So the five winners are koopagirl, Rax333, Superfly1414, I May Be One, and Scott Beil.
Dang. We did it, guys. Congrats, winners, indeed. And keep watching. We're going to have a show tonight. We're going to have the Reaper Live. I don't know that we're going to give away the paint pokies. And then tomorrow is going to be, it's not Welcome to Reaperland yet. It's the
Nope.
Bones 5 update.
Bones 5 Live.
Bones 5 Live. I know these shows.
I bet.
With Dave and John. I listen to them. I don't know their names that well, but I listen to them. All right. So I got my silver going, and I'm going to paint the ends of the bow. And I think this guy should be done. Like, not done well, but done. So that's a win. I don't think I've ever finished a mini before, even poorly. Not ever. I'm very excited.
Hashtag Justin's mullet.
So what haircut did your parents make you have when you were little? You didn't have the bowl cut? Let's get back to it.
You're off camera, by the way.
Why? Oh.
No, why? I mean,
Oh.
they're your
I
hands.
thought you were saying you turned off my camera.
That is why. No, you're off camera because your hands.
Oh.
No, they didn't make me wear anything. I will say that after 5th grade, I started to just buzz it all the time. So it was always buzzed. And now these days, all I do is shave it, and then I shave it with shaving cream. So it's basically always like straight razor shaved. So I'm rocking the Vin Diesel, except that I'm far less in shape than Vin Diesel is.
A lot of guys around here rock the Vin Diesel. Or the Steve Austin. Think of more bald guys. Out of frame, sorry.
That's fine. Yeah, I hear bald is in, so I don't really
Bald
have an
is
option.
beautiful. I've heard that
Bald
for a
is
long
beautiful.
time.
All those are great. I don't really have an option, so whatever people want to do works for me.
The Rock is bald.
The Rock, there you go. The Rock looks really good.
John Travolta's bald now.
Is he?
Yeah, he was bald for a long time. They actually made him hair pieces.
Oh, that's a good question. Sadie can answer that question. What email did they send? Did they send it to for their winnings?
Are we gonna do this again?
Oh no. Okay.
They send it to reaperlive@reapermini.com.
Bingo.
No images, not necessary.
No, just I need your Twitch handle and the physical address by which you want me to ship it to.
Glenn H25. Sadie, does holding the brush like that hurt? It makes my carpal tunnel hurt just watching it. I do hurt when I write too long. So yeah, it's probably not good for me. I'll give you that. I probably should, since I'm so new at this, work on a proper brush holding. Maybe I'll give that a Google.
George Costanza is not the one I want to think of when I think
Oh
of bald.
yeah.
Thank you though, Evil Elvis.
There's the winner of the whole episode. George Costanza.
Does he ever really win anything?
You know he's based on Larry David, and
No,
I'm like in love with both of them.
Listen, Larry David is at least tall though, like, and funny.
Is George not tall, or is Jerry just real tall? Jerry and Kramer.
Kramer is like 6'5".
Thank you for the
Jerry's
sub.
actually, you know what?
Lady War.
Maybe
right?
he isn't that short.
Yeah.
Maybe they are just tall. But
Patrick Stewart. Oh yeah, Patrick Stewart's killing it.
That's
Killing the
true.
bald game.
yeah,
Try a fountain pen, easier to write with. Deacon KC, Anne has a fountain pen, and I look at that and I'm like, I should also get a fountain pen.
oh, Danny DeVito, awesome, thank you.
There he is.
These are all. You know what?
Whatever gives you
not?
brush control is what's appropriate, what's proper, says the Calasandra.
Yeah.
Are you the one that told me how to shake the paints, the Calasandra? I believe you are. I could be wrong. Sir Patrick Stewart, yes.
That is
very
true. He is
important.
knighted.
Lord Zephyrus. And Sir Paul McCartney from earlier. We don't need to leave anybody out. Sir Elton John, my shirt. Can't see my shirt.
Elton John was knighted, wasn't he?
He sure was. Who else? I mean,
I forgot about that.
why would anybody else be knighted before Elton John? Elton John is like the knight. He's Sir Fourscale of those knights. Don't give me that. Don't put that silence on there. You know it's true.
Awkward silence. If I had a cricket soundbite, I would play it.
How dare you? Oh, I wanted to thank Reaper Blake for watching and timestamping my video on YouTube. I don't know if anybody's ever met Reaper Blake around, but he's the best. He's so great.
He's great.
He's been working here for like, what? For the same amount of time as John or you. A little longer than you.
Longer than me, for
You were the
sure.
new kid.
Yeah.
Like, who is this person?
I was the
Why is he
new
so
kid.
nice? Get out of here.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
But he stayed. But yeah, Reaper Blake has been killing it for me. David Bowie turned down being knighted. Reaper's my crack. Do you know why? I'd love to know why. Was he just not into the royal family? I know they have secrets. Or allegedly.
Also-
Shaking side to side helps prevent paint from exploding out the tip when you open it. Yes, the Calasandra. I thought it was you. Perfect.
Also, if you missed the email earlier by which to send your information to, it will also be on the YouTube videos since we were talking about YouTube videos.
Yes.
So your name will be listed there.
reaperlive
Yes.
at reapermini.com. Taoist Dave, good morning. I love that name. Bowie was a boss. That's why Bowie could have knighted the queen. That's true. I would have allowed it. Reaperlive at reapermini.com. All right. Well, Justin's making me wrap this up because we've got another show that's going to come on, and we got to set up for it. You can't see it, but I wanted to we have a new picture of Mama San that's in our set.
Why
And
don't you go
it's so
grab it?
cute. I'm going to grab it. And I wanted to put it, and will put it where the Justin doll is, but I can't do it before any shows because everybody's scared that nothing will work. Whatever. They care more about that doll than our sweet Mama San. So now we're going to have a picture of Mama San, her little set.
That's actually a pretty glamorous shot of Mama San.
I was leaving one day and she was just laying down looking all pretty. So I gave her the cat wipes and wiped her little nose off so she'd just be, just gorgeous. And we did glamour shots. So that's her on a box on maybe one of the B format boxes or whatever. Nomad Zeke says, I vote that we send Reaper pics of our feline friends to put in a collage for Cats of Reaper in tribute to Mama San. Yes, send that. If nobody else wants it, send that to Reaper Paint Department. That's DEPT at gmail.com. That's me. Reaper Paint DEPT at gmail.com.
Yeah,
the camera loved Mama San. Oh yeah, so many people around here had great pictures of Mama San that will probably be helpful if we decide to do a Mama San mini, which I heard a rumor that we are.
Yeah, Ed confirmed it actually. I think yesterday.
Yeah, because I was at the meeting and I was like, "Hey, when are we doing this?"
Yeah.
So
people have requested it, so it's not unreasonable.
I would love that. Oh, Rings Raccoon's gonna send cats, and 11 ponies. Oh.
Wow, that's 11 ponies.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
That seems like an odd number of ponies to have.
Why?
Literally, because it's an odd number. To get it like a dad joke. No.
11 is a mystic number.
Reaper Paint Department. Yes, that is the correct first part of it.
At gmail.com. So Reaper Paint, DEPT at gmail.com. They didn't have enough emails for old paint department at the time, so yeah. Hashtag Mama San Mini. Yes. We'll miss her very much. She was here for a really long time. We really, really loved her. But yeah, so we're going to have a picture of her now. I've heard there's going to be a shrine somewhere in the shop.
Oh yeah, Corporia didn't know. Yeah,
no.
she passed away, Corporia.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
And that's surprising. I assumed all the artists knew at this point.
I'm so sorry. We should have made an announcement.
We did on the Facebook. Well, I'm sorry. Matt did on the Facebook. And actually, I believe we were going to talk about it tonight on the show. So we probably will. No, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, everybody loved her. She was a great cat. Not 2 weeks before she died, I was sitting in the game store and she came out of the automatic doors and chased down Ed, yelling at him for food. It was so sweet.
That's what she does. She screamed at people.
She went right to Ed. I was like, what is it, kitty? All that kind of stuff. And she was like, no.
She swerved you.
She swerved me.
Went straight to Ed.
And went straight to Ed. So yeah. All right. So I finished my skeleton. I would probably go back and do another wash over this grass. I think I redid it with more green because I saw some unpainted space. But he's finished. Not perfect, but he's pretty great. It's my only finished mini. I'm very proud of it. So next time on Painting Platinum 3, we're going to continue the Learn to Paint Kit core skills, and we're going to go into another one of these minis. It will be let me see what it'll be. It'll be the painting the Orc Marauder. So a green skin, big knife guy, big square knife. So that's what we're doing. That's pretty much it. We had a fun show. Thank you everybody for coming and subbing so we could give away these paint pokies. Oh, and I'm gonna show off the paint one more time. Can I have my little camera back? And then I'll get off of here, I promise. Sorry.
My little camera.
I'm holding Justin like hostage.
Now that it's dried, it actually looks more sparkly.
That's what everybody says, that right at first it's a little fleshy. I actually added extra sparkles for Justin because Anne wasn't here at the time. I was going around and I was like, does this look like champagne? Does this look like champagne? And Justin was like, more sparkles. So I pushed it to the limit on the sparkles in this paint. So I'm really interested in hearing feedback about how this functions. Pumping it, it was just really fluid. Like it really pumped well. Ooh, Not Bush, we got a rating party.
That's unfortunate since we're on our way out. Yeah.
On our way out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hi everybody. Thank you for coming. I just finished painting my skeleton from the Learn to Paint Kit 1 core skills. Next time I'm going to start a new mini, and yeah, we're going to be back in a couple hours with Ed and Ron. Correct?
Yes, Ed and Ron.
Joke tonight? Is it joke night?
Oh yes.
We joking? All right. Well,
yeah, that's true. We're gonna move it forward to someone else who I actually was probably gonna raid CNOT, but then he raided us, and then.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
So,
it's like when you see people propose, and like the other person was gonna propose too.
Yeah, and then we proposed. Are you suggesting we just proposed to each other with CNOT?
Yeah, will you marry us? All of you, CNOT Bush.
You wanna do that officially? Just look. Don't no. Okay, I'm not. Yeah, no, I was kidding.
All right, sorry. Don't ever marry us, anybody.
Don't ever marry. Yeah, there you go.
How dare you? Okay. Yeah, thanks for the stream. Thank you.
Actually, I'm glad you said that, Sib, because that's who I have set up as Vanquisher. So.
Excellent.
Oh, he's already married.
Oh, I meant your whole group, all 129 or however many of you.
All right.
I did. I don't know CNOT Bush.
CNOT Bush.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I guess we're going to get the raid set up. Is it set up?
It is set up. I'm gonna go ahead and start the raid now. I think it gives me a timer. I don't know with this new
I don't see the timer.
with this new interface. Speaking of which, CDOT, do you like this new interface? Because it's kind of crap. I don't really like it. But anyway, it's
Rings Raccoon. I love your setup. I don't know if I've told you that yet, but
hopefully
you have the neatest setup.
This actually works.
Thank you, Carlosandra.
Yeah, see, he doesn't like it either. See, it's not as long as it's not just me. It's not great. It's kind of rough. In fact, yesterday it wouldn't even let me raid somebody. It just refused. Yeah, so we're about to see if it works. Everyone cross your fingers.
Bye. Love you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a good day. Oh, and see you in less than 2 hours. Yes.
That's right.
Oh, there we go. I think it's actually working.
Oh, 8 seconds, 7
Perfect.
seconds.
Awesome.
All right.
All right, guys.
Oh, we're pronounced streamer and camera guy. It's official.
All right. All right, guys. We'll see you later.